Anytime now.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to hurt you guys. Jesus. Oops. Sorry. All right, people. We're off to a rousing start. I've just killed my co-host and my talent for the afternoon. You are on Live with Neve. We have all kinds of amazing things to talk about today. What are we doing, people? Happy freaking Friday. Wahoo! I'm telling you, man, it's hot in here. I feel good. This is the first time in months that I have been a pain-free human being. And no, I'm not snorting piles of cocaine. No, I'm not doing any of that. I'm behaving myself, but it's a good day. It really is. I had some work done on my neck. Had some injections and some meditations, and I hired a voodoo doll, and we did some of that stuff, and I had acupuncture, and that was remarkably voodoo doll-like. I used to go out with a girl. She liked that kind of thing. She'd give me agita when she would stick the pin in the voodoo doll. I'd get like heartburn after eating Sicilian pizza and stuff. But at any rate, enough about that. Today we have a great guest. We have Marston Smith, who we tried to have on a few weeks ago. The Lord of the Cello, man. That is the coolest thing. And that's not me calling it. That's the LA Times. He's been on the show before on the program, and we like him. He's cool. He's fun, and he kicks ass on the thing. And he's the only guy I know who's got such a cool gig. He really has an interesting act, and we'll have him on in the second segment. I'm going to go ahead. I'm just bringing Mandy on. She's been working all week, and hey, baby, what's happening?
Nothing much, you know. Happy Friday, everybody.
Yeah. Oof, Marvin, aren't we glad it's Friday?
Yeah.
Jeez,
yeah.
I certainly am. The past week's been really great. As I was saying, though, I have no pain. Hence, I'm wild and crazy, even more than normal.
Congratulations.
Yeah, since April this has been going on. I feel like going to the other doctors that I saw and going, you know, why didn't you just think of giving me a shot like a couple of months ago, or a series of them? I'd have been out of here, man. I've been plucked and poked so many times. I'm very stoic about shots, but man, just get it on, man. It works. I feel so great. I'm like ready to do backflips.
Glad to hear that.
I haven't done that in a long time, but I'll have to get back out and do some backflips. My kids thought it was cool, you know. At any rate, so today's news is just, I'm not going down any hallways. I'm going to have to say this, though, because one of my favorite comedians is Sacha Baron Cohen. I think Borat is just an absolute lunatic, but he's a very smart guy.
Nice, I like.
It is nice. Yeah, this is make a sexy time. I like the guy. He really is. Oh, before I get too into this and get talking about Sasha, we got a compliment. And you got a very good compliment, which is true. You got to talk more. You do. You have to talk more. And if even poke me in the private chat, tell me, Neil, I want to talk, because I know I get wandering and fucking roaming. I'm like a beagle chasing a damn rabbit or something, you know? You've seen it happen. I tend to bright objects. Yeah. They catch my attention, and they wander. But you can always... we do have the shot collar, but we're not going to use it today. I've been told by management it's a kinder and gentler day, so we'll see. But actually, can you see all of the things on the right of your screen? Can you, fire videos? No. Oh, that's right. We've talked about this before. I have to do some kind of fixing of that, so you can actually use the shot collar on me if I tend to be too effusive, which it's been known to happen. I'm a man of a few million words. Okay, so this came to us, Radio Van Erty. You got it mostly right. And this is from North Carolina, from the great Eric Summer, one of our guests.
Oh, nice, Eric.
And I love this. Check it out. You know, some people send you a tacky-ass email, but this, he took the time to cut off of a box. Look, a box, people.
That is
nothing
excellent.
Inside, nothing up my sleeves. Look, no sleeves. And here's what it says, and it was so true, and I just love this guy. He really is great. I love having him on the show. He's hilarious, and shit. He's been in radio longer than I am, so I tend to listen to him more than I do a lot of people. Well, Neve and Mandy, you did it again. Somehow, I'm not going to ad-lib anything here. You hooked it all up, and voila, radio. It is always helpful to have amazing Mandy on the program. I agree with you. Since she is a perfect Ed McMahon to you, I think she's better than Ed McMahon. She certainly looks better than him, and she definitely talks. She's funnier than fucking Ed McMahon. All he did, Ed McMahon was sitting next to me. He'd be sitting on the couch. We'd have to have a fart fan aimed away from us. I'm telling you, man. It'd be like that. What was the guy? He passed away. Oh, man, one of the old-time radio guys. He was on forever. Shit, it's on the tip of my tongue, but they used Larry King. We're going to go here after I reposition the fart fan. We're going to get this thing out of here. People would go on the show, would get gassed out by Larry, man. It would be like a circle of death, you know. You're in there, you'd be like, At any rate, it's true. But getting back, I do think you're better than Ed McMahon. But here's the thing. You got to give her an opportunity to contribute to the conversation. So, Neve, pay attention. This is me. I have a sign here that says, talk less, listen more. Sometimes I just go, oh, that almost went out my window. That literally almost went out the window into my neighbor's garden because there's no screen in the studio window. Okay, I'm getting the David Letterman thing going here. So, Americans are still fleeing high-tax states. I can't imagine why. I just don't know. Estee Lauder, which is not a show on television on Amazon or any of those. No, it's a family that built great perfume. And there's a succession rift. Let's see here. Are there any elderly women needing a husband here? I'm telling you. I'm going to marry one of the old Estee Lauder women, sugar mama. You know?
Exactly.
What the hell, man?
Nice sugar mama.
I know. Yeah, everybody needs something like that. Annie will be fine with it as long as I give her a cut. Right, Annie?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Just say yes.
Yeah, you guys are in cahoots.
Yeah, what the hell? I mean, for money, I'd do almost anything at this point. Let's see. Americans are falling out of love with electrical vehicles. I'm not going to say anything about that. I have people close to me who will get upset with me. So rather than upset the populace, I'm going to just chill and take a cleansing
Americans fall out of love with a lot of shit, though.
We're falling out of love with a whole bunch of shit. I got a list.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. This is a fickle place, you know?
It's just getting so weird every day, the weirder it gets, you know? And when I first moved here 12 years ago, one of the weirder things I saw in Times Square, we got about 4 minutes left, people, just letting you know. One of the strangest things was it had to be about 7-8 years ago. There was a group of religious people, in my term some people call them people, I call them religious fanatic nutballs, because they sold all of their homes, gave their money to their preacher, and they made their way here to New York, where everybody eventually goes. It's where all the best entertainment in the world, all the biggest freaks, all the lunatics, we all end up here or in Florida. You've seen the stories. So this group gets out there, and they're all out in Times Square with all the other people. And it was before it was all a walking plaza. So, you have these guys on opposite corners, traffic's insane, and this group is screaming at the top of their lungs. And I happened to be walking by, and I saw them, and I'd heard about them on the news. I said to the guy with me, look at this shit, only in New York, man. I said, these chuckleheads sold all their shit, gave the money to the preacher. I don't even know if the preacher showed up. I kind of think he ran off with the school marm or something, at least make it a happy ending for somebody. But I joked to him, I said, you wait, man, only in New York, man. Next week there'll be somebody across the street, they'll be bitching they got the date wrong. And I cannot kid you not, no shit. A week later, there was another group. They had done something similar, but I guess they hadn't gotten to the house selling stage yet. Smart guys! You never give them the deed till you get the girl or whatever you're doing, man. You got to make a deal. Any rate, so they were out there and they were competing, and then the day came, and I went out there that day specifically because I wanted to see what was up. So at lunch, I went wandering out there, and there was nobody to be seen of either cult.
Huh.
It was as if they had been vacuumed up into the heavens by a UFO and then anal probed. I mean, who the hell knows?
I was gonna say that's the aliens right there.
Why is it too that aliens, they never kidnap somebody like you or me? We'd be fun, You'd be like, all right, crash this thing down, mate. Ah, can I drive it? You know, we'd be fun. I don't get away with the anal probe. You've been here for 5,000 years. You got to give me a probe? Fuck off. Jesus, get somebody else. Get some guy from Mississippi, you know? That's what they usually get, though. And you see some guy going, there I was, and I saw it come out of the sky. He's got a dip of that shit called skull. Yeah, damn thing come down right in my yard. Told me they won't give me an anal probe. What the fuck? Huh. I wonder if I could do ventriloquism. It doesn't appear so. So much for my ventriloquist attempts today. That ain't gonna work. Why men don't have close friends? Why do you think? We'll just take that as a topic. What does the audience think?
You know, I don't know, because I know men who do have close friends.
Me too.
You know, so I'm not really sure. I
well,
just
you know, remember
assumed
this
that
is
men
written
did.
by somebody who wants to get they've got to get a click. I'll give you the basics. A lot of men, especially the older generation, didn't have many friends because they got shot in the war and stuff like that. You know, dads were tougher back then. Today's garden variety dad's kind of like a chunky kind of porky little middle-aged
play
dude.
With their friends, the video games.
Play video games and shit, which, you know, I have to admit, and I don't have any judgment on it. Well, maybe I do, but I've never played video games except for when I used to do recording sessions way, way back. They used to have some game called Doom, and you'd go around shoot Nazi ghouls. So if I'd have a particularly tedious session, I'd just sit there and play this stupid game. But that was it. That is literally 20, 30 years ago. But I get how people really dig them. And I just took the first step towards getting a game. I got a flight simulator. Because I figure I'll do that for a while and then go get my pilot's license. I've done it before and flown with a friend, but who knows? I don't know many people who want to take a flight with me, but you know.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you...
But hey, I'm totally sober now, so what the hell, you know? I mean, seriously.
No offense, but...
Yeah, I know. Kind of. I've got to... Hey, listen, I haven't even...
You'd be working all the controls, right? Is basically
I haven't had a ticket in 7 years. I am definitely... Yeah, you know how good that is in New Jersey? Those surcharges, it's like a straitjacket or a sucker face thing that sticks its tongue down and probes you, and then... You have to pay them $300 a year for your fuck up from 2 years ago, whatever. Yep. Wow, that freaked me out when I moved to New Jersey. I'm like, what? I paid the ticket. What's this surcharge stuff? Yeah. And they got another one and another one for a couple of years. But that was then. So I just think old guys are cranky and crabby, and they fought in the war.
That's why.
And that's why they beat the hell out of us. And that's why we're kind of normal. But, you know, I'm not in a hurry. Piers Morgan's debate on war has descended into chaos over sex and dildos. How he got from war to sex and dildos. Piers has some weird hobbies that I just don't want anything to do with. Let's see. Students missing school at an alarming rate. Well, yeah. They're sitting at home smoking a doob. Moms and dads out doing whatever they do to make a penny to keep this little shit in the house. You know, I remember those days. We didn't have video games, but we'd just bail out, go out in the woods and smoke weed and stuff. I don't know. You know, I just never wanted to go to a pep rally. I feel pretty peppy anyway. I was like, I don't like any of the kids that go to pep rallies. They're all the douchebags.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't know. I remember being in marching band, so you
could
rallies.
But you're playing.
We play. So that was fine.
It's okay if it's a gig.
On the other end of the pep rally, I hate pep rallies. Oh man.
Yeah, I did too.
There's
always. I've had friends who are like, they're just like, oh, pep rally. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I really don't want to go and rally for pep.
I would make plans to take off. Like I'd have a few of my buddies, but once we did it, and remember this is in Florida in Plant City. We have a minute, so I'll keep it short. We all go down to the end of the agricultural hallway to smoke weed and smoke cigarettes. Those of us who were partaking, you could actually smoke in school. So everybody who smoked cigarettes lit them up so they hopefully wouldn't smell the weed. But no, Shamu caught us. There's all of us. Well, as soon as I saw him turn the corner, I head off down the hallway, run to the end with my friend Jay. We pop out, and it's one of those schools with a big central core. So we go hide behind the lockers, and as everybody's going by, I'm like, fuck you, we got away. Shamu sucks, you know. And they're all like, motherfucker. And Jay and I were like lurking behind the lockers, and we skated on that. Not a scar, no scathing. And it was pretty fun. You know, I still have some of those days in high school. It's just fun times, you know, doing shit like that. But For now, we're going to go to a break, and we'll see you in a few minutes. We're going to be doing Marston Smith will be on with us, and we're going to have all kind of fun today. So, live with Neve.
Hi, this is Leland Sklar, and I am hanging with Neve, and I am having the best time of my life.
Live with
Thanks,
Neve
Leland.
Fridays on the East Coast from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
That's right. Nancy Kravitz Photography, people. If you need some rock and roll pictures, you need Nancy. She is the shit. She can take my right side of my face, which I'm grotesquely disfigured, and make it look grotesquely disfigured. And that's me singing my band, or my funky, we're doing a Leonard Cohen song you might have heard of. And let's see, we got to make some money here. Where's that ad? Oh my God, we're lost in the ozone.
I'm Neil from Live with Neve. We have an exciting connection for our veterans, country music fans, and there is something for everyone.
Even
Gone
deviants.
Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com. That's right, we've partnered with Gone Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com. See you soon.
All right, well, we are back, and we are sparkling fresh.
Nice.
Yes. All right, so we have our friend Marston is going to join us. All I can tell you is I'm going to play some of his stuff, and let's talk to him for a minute. Good afternoon.
Hey, man. Hi, Mandy.
How are you, buddy?
Hi.
Neve. Great to see you guys.
Mandy?
There. How you
Marston.
doing?
Marston, Mandy.
There you go.
And I'm your host, Neve, but you know that.
Yeah, man.
So, how do you like it? Are you freezing your ass off here on the East Coast?
Hell yes.
Yeah.
I went to Costco and I bought all the winter stuff. You know, winter pants,
Right?
snow pants, and
All right.
I'm pretty excited about it.
Well, how long has it been since you've been in snow, or lived in snow, I should say?
Never.
Oh, no kidding! You've
Really?
been in California your
Wow.
whole life.
Yeah,
Wow.
born in Fort Worth, Texas, and
Okay.
Wow.
Malibu.
I'm telling you, you'll find it. It's oh my God, poor
This
poor
is
guy.
supposed to be a snowy winter too.
That's what they're
So you're
saying.
gonna
Some
get
kind of
the-
El
yeah.
Nino or Nina. I'm not sure which.
You're
but
gonna get the treatment.
yeah.
I
It's
know.
gonna be like the first year I moved here. The same thing happened. I moved from Florida, and all the people here went, "You asshole! You brought the snow with you. We haven't had snow like this in decades." I was driving into town on New Year's Day, and it was like a Rockwell painting in this little town I'd moved to.
Right.
Yeah.
Candy canes and shit, and it's snowing like 4 feet. So I was like a kid running around, jumping out of the car, just packing a snowball to throw to passerby. I'm kidding you, but I was so excited to see snow, and then I went to the house I supposedly rented, and there's 2 different houses with the same number on the same road, but unbeknownst to me, a sign between. So I go up to these people's house after falling down in this 3 feet of snow. I'm like, get to the door. I'm so happy. I go to turn it and won't unlock it. I'm like, oh man, I'm doomed. At any rate, all was well. My house was about 2 more miles down the street. But I called the guy. He's like, oh no, you're at the wrong house. It's the other 4992 or whatever. It sucked.
Right. Well, I actually realized that I did graduate work. I got a master's in Port Jeff in Stony Brook.
Oh, okay. Fort Jefferson, yeah.
Bernard Greenhouse, when I was like classical guy.
Okay, very cool.
And we rented a house, and it was like half a block from the ocean, from this sound, and the wind coming off, and it was the most extreme wind and ice and snow that they ever had. It was shut down. Stony Brook was shut down. Port Jeff was shut down for 2 weeks.
Right.
And so, yeah, that was miserable.
So you decided to stay in California when you got back after
Exactly.
your visit here.
Exactly.
Well, welcome to the NFL. No, you poor man. I really do. I had a friend gave me a coat and said, "You're going to New Jersey. This will keep you cold, keep you warm as hell everywhere." I'm driving here and it's snowing. I'm freezing my ass off with gloves on. I had this old shitty car back then, and I had the thing on the heat on maximum, and I'm like, I'm gonna die here. Die. It was awful, but
Right.
well, so how's the gigs been going here? Have you been having any luck?
Oh yeah, I did. The Atlantic Cafe, like every Saturday morning.
Great.
And so that's for like 2 months, and then
Excellent.
I did anything that would pop up, like a thing on the green, like the Artesian Festival, or the. I called everybody. All the different festivals, and sort of
Cool.
not many of those worked out, but
They're kind of, you know what? I'll tell you this. Here, keep hitting them. It took me a couple of years when I moved here. It took me like 2 years of accosting one of the festivals to. They finally just were like, the guy's really polite and he keeps calling and we keep blowing him off. I think I just got a mercy fuck out of him, but they gave me a gig and it worked out. So
right. It did kind of work out because I pretty much had 2 gigs a week, and with bringing your PA and the whole.
Oh yeah, you work hard.
Yeah, so it's harder. That's all I want to do is a couple. And,
sure, it's having the right ones, which is hard to beat downtown Palm Springs. I have to say that's
Yeah,
that's fun city. But I'm watching you. I watched you earlier playing in approximately 135 pizza oven style heat.
Exactly, and no one knows how hot it is.
Right.
Sometimes I tell people, in my videos, this is 115. I set up in the sun.
Yeah.
Evening, and it doesn't go back down to.
No, the road just radiates heat. Oh, yeah. I love it there, but I want to have what's his face's house, the big. Bob Hope. His big spooky house, the big UFO-looking house in Palm Springs, amazing place. Yeah. It's on the course.
Frank Sinatra's house.
Oh, Frank Sinatra's would do.
Yeah, that was one. Yeah.
That definitely would work. Yeah. What do you think? I think that's where the new Live with Neve headquarters should be. Is out in the fucking desert.
I know nothing of these houses.
These houses are badass. It's like the house in the Great Lebowski is also, it's a Frank Lloyd Wright house. It's in LA though.
Yeah, in the 50s.
Yeah.
They built the first modern, gigantic
alien.
The properties were
land of the futuresque.
Yeah, futuristic, and they weren't made to live in the summer. It was made to be in the winter.
Oh yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Imagine that big greenhouse effect inside there.
Oh my god, no, that'd be horrible.
We put a couple of those echo pests in there every year.
There's no insulation. There's just a layer of wood that's together with tar. So what they ended up doing is putting 8 inches of liquid foam.
Right.
Heat cooks up, and that's what's on everybody's roof.
Yeah, and you go out in the morning, you cook your egg out by the pool on the deck.
All right.
It does though. I remember getting really cold there after I was surprised the first time I went. I got up, and because I was calling back to the East Coast, I just had to call back and tell somebody how great a time I was having. I'm sitting in a hot tub, have this big gigantic cell phone that you could beat somebody to death with, an old Nokia brick.
Right.
And I called. I said, I'm sitting here, and I can't believe it's like 50 fucking degrees out in here. It was like 100 yesterday. And
I was figuring I'm going to live, that the weather is going to kill me, the heat, right? And then I move here, and it's like, oh no, maybe the cold is going to kill me, It's like
It won't. Go think about ski lodges, man. You'll go over great. Any of the ski resorts would be killer. And I know you're here, so I'll just if I find anybody who needs somebody,
and I did some benefits, for gratis, and it was really wonderful. I mean, they're so. Yeah,
I'm sure they're pretty amazed.
Yeah.
Well, I can talk and you can talk, but I'm going to just say let's just listen to some music, peeps. You're going to like this. I have a couple of different things you've done, and this one I picked just because Giorgio Moroder did all the programming for it, and Italian producer, I Feel Love by Donna Summer.
Oh. Okay.
And it's not a song that I would normally pick, but I wanted to see how you would approach it. I know it's not one of your newest things, but I have some of your new stuff. I thought it was really cool because I remember when you did this, you had some kind of a spinning camera, and I don't know what you were doing.
Oh my God, a 360 camera.
Yeah, I was like thinking I was flashing back to 79, you know.
It's not moving. It's not moving. It's on a little stick.
Right.
In front of my fan, you know, the blower. And it just sits there, but it has two lenses all around.
Right.
The application lets you spin it around and do a whole world, you know.
I was getting a buzz just watching it. People warn, if there's any epileptics in the house, please do not watch this programming. It may induce seizure activity. Yeah. And you'd have to sue somebody, but it ain't me. I don't know, Marston. Yeah. Well, we're suing Marauder. Hell, it's his damn Moog synthesizer parts. The peeps, I think you're going to really dig this. Let me just get it to show up here on our screen. All right. Maybe it would help if we go to the big screen. There we go. All right, peeps. Marston. Come on. Damn, that is wild. How much for the little one?
They paid me by the note.
It's really cool, I have to say. Every home should have one of these.
Yeah, that's great.
Imagine, look at this. That is just great. That's one industrial-sized blower.
Yeah, freezing there probably right now.
You'll have to get you a propane stove that blows at you for outdoor work.
Yeah, because there's no atmosphere. There's no clouds, there's no nothing. It gets really cold.
Unreal.
I'm thanking God because that very last note was right.
Oh, yeah?
None of the others were.
Remember, as Miles Davis says, if you make a mistake, it's all about the next note.
There you go.
All right, all right. Awesome, man, that is cool. That is just so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, really, that is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go to a break. We'll be right back with more of Marston Smith, and we're live with Neve. Mandy is here, and she's going to take it away. Take it away!
I'm taking it. All right.
Put it in your pocket.
Hey there, it's Kevin Sorbo here, and you lucky people, you are live. You're live with Neve or Neve or Neve. I don't know. I can't say the dude's name. Anyway, you're on live with him, so I don't know. I guess that's a pretty good thing.
There's some changes headed
Carlton Wilkinson.
Like the ghost
Check it out at carltonwilkinson.com.
rising, like some gale that's been blowing off this wild bird island shore. And I can't say where, and I don't know when, but some old door's been opened in the restless shade. Poor man sagging cigarette takes the subway home. Rich man folding old regret steps on the rundown.
All right, we're back. So, that last video you did was really cool. And in fact, it was in Palm Springs. As you mentioned, you did some other stuff a little more recently, and you were in beautiful Dubrovnik.
No.
Tell us a little bit about that whole. That sounds like a real good, fun field trip.
Well, you have to get up at like 6 a.m. and get to the town because there's 5 cruise ships with 2,000 people each.
So it's like going to,
Disneyland.
Coachella or whatever, Coachella.
Yeah. So by 8 o'clock, it's jammed full and you can't even move. But if you're there between 6 and 6:30 or 5:30 and 6:15, you can have the town to yourself, and you can set up your tripod or get your wife, to wake up and take the camera shot, and then you run around and take your cello out of the case. And I think I had one little piece of armor for like that, and so that was that.
And how long did you stay there in that town doing your busking gig?
It wasn't. That wouldn't be legal to.
Oh, it wouldn't be legal. No kidding.
No. But I talked to a lot of musicians that were playing in the restaurants and stuff.
Right.
And
so they warned you you're going to get a beat down if you go out and play some music, right? I'm kidding. I didn't even bring a little amp or anything like that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would just because even one time I went to Australia and it was the same way. I was booked to play some strange festival, like a freak festival.
Did you do any toad licking while you were there?
Toad licking?
Toad licking, Australian Aboriginal toad licking. It's a big thing, they tell me.
Right.
I don't know. They tell me once you've tried it, you'll never go back. But I don't know. I've had frog's legs.
It's a psychedelic, right?
Yes, of course.
And you pass out and you throw up.
So apparently, you get the whole book of wisdom dumped into your head by some 8-headed demon. I don't know, but they tell me it's nice. I don't know. Those days in the 70s were enough for me. I had a lot of fun, but damn.
Yeah, I'm actually a registered Cherokee, Cherokee Nation.
Really?
And because my grandmother was born there and was raised in the Cherokee Seminary for Women.
Wow.
And so I probably can do drugs.
I was going to say, you could probably get some mushrooms or something, or psilocybin. I don't know. That's what the Indians like.
You have an inside plug to all the wisdom,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that I have like 1/10 of something in me.
Yeah.
That's Indian. I'm not kidding. I've been told this. Now, I have no idea. I want to do my DNA just to find out. I mean, I might need to place that on the res.
It'll tell you. It'll tell you exactly at what era, what year, like if you came from Northern Europe and
right.
Where the you might be biking back at one point, and then you're Breton, and then you're English, and then you're a pioneer, and then you're they'll do it by year.
I love it. I think that's really cool, and I've been talking about it for a while. I just got to go ahead and do it. People used to get all worried. They're like, "Well, they'll have my DNA." I'm like, "Well, what do you plan on going out and doing 7 serial murders or something? Like, you really give a shit? I mean, really? I mean, I've left my DNA a few places. I'm sure somebody could do it." Think about it though. If it hadn't been for Monica in that dress, I don't know a woman on the planet who has a dress like that. That son of a bitch ain't at the dry cleaner, folded up in the bottom of all the other dry cleaning. I'm just telling you, I've seen such things.
It surprised my kids. So all of them can be Cherokee, and their children can be Cherokee. so my grandchildren can be
Wow.
Cherokee, right? But they were freaked because they thought they were Polish, from their mother was Polish and then me. And then, but Poles fought many wars in Central Europe, and
everybody's running back and forth, and
Attila the Hun came through. And,
well, there's like 9 million John Smith named Yang in China. They're all
people.
Like they're from Genghis Khan. Like 60% of they were doing some fucking, man. Jesus.
Well, just one guy could
yeah.
If he had 100
kids.
Yeah. Then that was it. That's 10 billion. 10 billion people.
Can you imagine 100 children? I can't. I don't. Just can't imagine. I love my kids.
Multiply, just like your stock.
Well, back then, though, it was kind of common. You just have you'd have a couple of wives, the chicks you dig, and then you'd have a bunch of concubines, just like some side shit. I don't know what. It's good to be king, I guess. I don't know. It sounds like a lot of trouble to me. Hell, I could keep one woman barely satisfied, much less the whole world having a room full of them kvetching and shit. Oh my God.
Oh, another fun thing that we did before we moved into this house. I'm letting Heidi do whatever she wants to with this house, because the Malibu house, when she came, it had sculptures, full-on sculptures all over, full size, winged people with breasts, people with.
There's no art in this guy's soul at all, man. What can I tell you? He's just,
Like that's what I like to make. I like to sculpt in my off time, and she goes to me a week before we come here. She goes, so Marston, you really can't use the garage. You cannot put your clothes and come into the house after you've been working in paint or clay, because it'll trail. And get a barn or put it in storage. So I looked up a week before. Barns, and I looked barns all over this part of Connecticut.
Sure.
And then there was one, West Covina, a stone throw to the beach. It was a welder's shop, but it was an 1880s barn. I bought the barn.
Huge. All right.
And I got a barn, and now it's we've almost got it fixed up. It's like 25 feet by 55 feet or something like that.
Nice.
And I'm putting a blue screen in it.
Excellent.
So if next time we do this, I will be on Mars.
Excellent.
Okay?
Nice.
In a windstorm, all right, and I'll play music for you.
That sounds great.
So
In fact, for that, I'm going to come up and see it, man. We'll have to come up and do a field trip. We'll do it live.
Right.
The wind blowing and that's great. Yeah, folks, I've got the video from Dubrovnik. And I was just going to wait and play it, so I'm not going to do any more. We're commercial free from this point, peeps, so just sit back and enjoy the ride. I'm going to just put this on, and this is what you did in Dubrovnik, and I won't give away that show that nobody's ever watched except me. I've never watched that show. We talked about earlier. You remember?
Is it just me, or is it two of me?
I think it's two of you.
Oh.
I have two different. I have one with two of you.
Well, that two of me is live, and that's
right. That's the Stones tune, right?
Oh no, I think I just made it up.
Oh, okay. Well, this one is just you.
Okay.
So, and I must say, you look like you're in a wonderful location. It's very cool with the sepia and all. I'm digging it. Great look. So, peeps, check this out. Oh, where the hell did we go?
Well, that's what I think it is. It's actually me walking there, but no PA. So.
Oh, this is you just playing on your. Well, no, you got it. I think you have an electric cello. I see a chord.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Let's get out of this. Close this. Oh, I know what I'm doing. Sorry, I don't look like it, but believe me, I do, people.
The wing thing is kind of cool.
The wing thing is damn cool.
The wings are right here.
I saw them earlier. Yeah, I remember the last time when you came on, you had just got those. Do you recall that? They were cool as hell. You were waiting for them to arrive, I recall.
Yeah, Max Wings on Etsy She's Ukrainian, and so I guess she's off to
Wow. It's really
not there anymore.
Here we go. Look at this. Look at this, people. I tell you, this is good shit. All right, here we go, and we are off to Dubrovnik, peeps. Live with Neve. We have Marston Smith live. We'll see you in a few minutes. How about it, people? Man, I'm telling you, get some volume here for you guys. Excellent, excellent.
I don't remember what that was.
It was great.
That was in my studio.
Yeah, I realized that halfway through it. I almost sent a message. I realized.
So I'm live, and then so it's before I knew how to take a blue screen and cut out my paintings, my other equipment.
Gotcha.
But there is a piece of Dubrovnik in that screen.
In the picture?
Screen. Yeah.
That's what I thought from what you had described when we were talking before the show.
Yeah.
And that's why I pulled it up. It's very nice.
That's one of the first ones I've done, but
really?
But, yeah.
What do you think, Mandy? Is this guy how cool is this?
Cool setup. Yeah, definitely.
Do you
so
do you
you
play
just
violin?
made that up on the fly? That was like one of your jam ditties there. You just made up on the fly.
Well, yeah, and it's good enough for a reel. Now I would just do it as 20 seconds.
Right.
Because the
I
whole
know
business, right? The whole business
Right.
is reels. It's $20 billion, right? A day, reels.
Yeah.
20 billion.
It's hard to fathom those numbers.
Yeah.
And I'm still like trying to make the adaptation rather to out of Facebook, because I hate doing this. It's there's issues.
You got to do 10 a week, and you got to put them on TikTok, and
right.
YouTube doesn't even pay very anything anymore, and
No.
Facebook but what happens is, if it's your song or your cover of it,
Right.
people will grab that
Right.
and use it, and you get the royalty.
Right.
So yeah,
We like that.
that's what we like.
Definitely. Oh, I was talking to one of my guests this morning about Spotify. Do you use Spotify?
Yeah.
They have now, any cut that has played less than 1,000 times is not eligible for monetization anymore, which is like 35% of Spotify's revenue. I was just it's not like they haven't been squeaking us under a garlic press on your head, you know. I mean, it's like this lady had 2 million plays, and I forget what she said she got. It was like so ludicrous,
Yeah, a cup of
$5,
coffee.
$6, a cup of coffee.
Coffee. Yeah, I think I have 8 million, or 10
I'm
million.
sure you do, because you're everywhere. If I look for you, you'll come
and I
up.
like to look every month, like, where am I big? Sometimes I'm pretty big in Rio, or that other town in Brazil, but also in the Viking in Oslo. It's like that.
Right.
And in California, Oxnard, California.
Right.
So
right.
it's like
Oh, there are a lot of Swedes in Oxnard.
no, it's a lot of Spanish. It's a
Okay.
lot of
That's right. It's a farming community.
Farming
out there
community.
in the valley, or where is it exactly?
yeah. And I did Bittersweet Symphony was the #1 song on Spotify in East Antigua or some
No
island.
kidding. Well, we get watched occasionally from some weird places. I like to just look through for the same reason, and I find out we have a bunch of followers somewhere weird.
I'm going to do a tour: Brazil, East Antigua, and a couple of other. Oh, up in Greenland, there's an island that's
Wow. Well, you might want to tour there. You could probably command big bucks.
Right.
I'm the lord of the cello, man.
right.
They probably, I don't know, they'll team you up with the Swedish bikini team for the finals,
Yeah, but they're be Inuits.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that, but gosh, wake up to the Inuit lady.
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't know if that's rumor, but apparently if they're extending hospitality, that includes they extend you the hospitality of borrowing a wife for the night. Call me crazy, but those are some friendly people.
Yeah.
They do eat a little bit too much whale blubber for me. I don't know about that whole whale blubber thing, but
Right.
it's not. I don't know. Hasn't made it down here as a big hit in the New York area yet.
But how
give
do
it
they
time.
live? How do they live if they don't have any green stuff? Do they eat? There's moss or seaweed or something.
I don't know. Maybe the
I think
seaweed
so.
thing.
They probably have some sort of like manna or something. You know how it's like it gets like that green sludgy.
Either that or they eat a lot of canned. What is that stuff? They love it over in the islands, in Tahiti and stuff. Spam. Oh,
but I'm thinking of scurvy.
Oh yeah, right. They get scurvy. Arr, salty dog.
There's all sorts of mosses, microorganism, plant stuff that.
Yeah, God, I've never heard of an Eskimo with scurvy. If there's anybody in the viewing audience who's of the Inuit descent can help us out here, we'd appreciate it.
My Greenland fans will
my fans in Greenland ought to be able to call in.
Or maybe there's something secret that they eat that only they know about, like a
That's
secret.
true.
Like,
it might be that nasty ass whale blubber for all we know.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, that's the hair off the whale's testicles. That's what keeps you in shape.
Oh yeah, that's it. Keeps you strong and virile. I don't know what it is too, but if you go over to Japan and stuff, they're always big on the libido enhancing properties of stuff that you really normally would bypass.
Rhino horns.
Rhino horns or
exactly.
or fugu, I mean, I know people like me who would try anything once, maybe. that stuff, the puffer fish. You have to have a trained chef.
Yeah.
But the whole purpose is to get a buzz. You get the little tingling around the lips. Hell, I haven't done any coke in 15, 20 years, but I don't need to do any shit that makes my lips tingle. Hell, I didn't even like it because I was a drummer. It's just like, nah, it ruins the human metronome. So guys, if you're out there and you're trying to be a musician, stay off the blow. Just what can I tell you? The 80s were dangerous times, and don't do as I did, do as I say, you little bastard.
Yeah, a lot of my friends are dead.
Get out of my yard. Boy.
Just driving home freeways, you know, like in Southern California.
Right.
They don't die from old age. They die from the freeways.
Oh, I took somebody who grew up in Little Rock, Arkansas to LA with me and then to Palm Springs. My boss, being really cool, rented me a hot red Mustang 5.0. When I got there, because he ordered it, I argued with the clerk. I went, "Now, you don't know my boss. He would not have ordered this car. There's got to be a fuck up here somewhere." And he goes, "No, it says, tell deal. Jeff says enjoy." I went, "Wow." He really did, because he knew the code words. So anyhow, I get in the car with him, and we start driving out the 10 to Palm Springs. And I happen to ask him at about 120, with the top down. He's clinging to the seat. He looked like a bat clinging to the front of the car almost. He was terrified. So I said, "Have you ever driven in Los Angeles?" "Nope, I've driven in Little Rock." I said, "Well, you're a long way from home, son. So just put your seatbelt on and enjoy the ride." He goes, "We're going really, really fast." I said, "No, we're not. This is just rush hour traffic. The people they're insane here. They're more insane than in New York, you know?"
Yeah.
And then, of course, to further calm his fears, a couple of the death bikes go whizzing by us at like not 120. They're like 150. Ying, ying, between lanes of traffic.
Yeah.
I admit that makes me flinch even a little bit when they do that shit on the motorcycle.
Yeah.
But, you know,
now it's so different. It got really bad. Like this last year, in the last part of the year that I was in Malibu, racing cars would just take over all the intersections in Malibu. You know, there's only one way out, you know, and they would
they do their YouTube videos.
Yeah, and they would
wow.
It was pretty crazy that
were some of the it was like Mel Gibson out there swearing at him and throwing shoes at him or whatever. They do this. Yeah, I can't imagine like in Malibu these lunatics doing this. I'm thinking, you know, go back to the Big Lebowski. No, sure.
Some of my kids, you know, were the same age as Mel's. Some of his kids,
right?
And he would always sit in the back, kind of on a piano bench or something. You know, he wouldn't come into the crowd.
Right.
You know.
Well,
so he didn't want people to talk to him, I don't think.
Yeah. I don't know. Hey, Mel, how you doing?
Yeah.
I'm just going to walk up to his door. "Hey, look, Mel, I've been trying to get your agent for weeks. You know, I'm going to give you $120 million, and I can't get anybody to pick up the fucking phone."
No, you just got to talk God.
Talk God. Oh, I know.
You
but
know, give me some God, Mel.
He's got too much God.
Give me some God.
He has a little too much God going on for my taste, but everybody's got their own thing. The 10 Commandments are hard, but most of them I've enjoyed and stopped doing. So the ones that were fun.
Talk about gods. They're on Neighborhood Woodmont or wherever we are right here. A woman says, "I woke up to a beautiful sky, and then chemtrails, the pollution of chemtrails. The earth is going to warm up and we'll all die." And I wrote down, 90 people wrote her, and some said, you know, that it's very fractional, you know, chemicals or anything from the.
Let's talk science here. I get out my calculator and we're gonna.
Yeah, it's just you know.
It means you might be a kook, as Dr. Frankenstein would say.
Planes do it, you know.
That's like Art Bell middle of the night shit.
Yeah. So I said, "You guys are all wrong. It's the old gods, Thor and
there you
Odin,
go,
and
Odin
racing with their chariots across the sky." You know.
There you go. And then you could have put the backdrop up and done it, and they would probably.
That's it.
Might have made that woman's day.
The deal is I'm going to do my videos from Mars. You know, live.
Right.
I'll do live with with Mars from Mars.
They could probably get you on like Pornhub for the ladies or something. I'm sorry, I'm really giving you a hard time. But, I mean, they say they have a plot these days. I'm not aficionado, but I'm sorry. You're a handsome man,
Yeah.
I'm just giving you a hard time, Marston.
But I dig. Sometimes somebody was saying, some kids were saying things like, "Hey, go down to the downtown Palm Springs. Thor's father, Odin's there, playing the friggin' cello."
All right.
So now I got the hashtag.
That's it, man. Cool. All right. Oh,
and
man.
I think my grandchildren call me Thor's father, Odin.
I love it. That's great. How old are your grandkids?
3 and 5.
Oh, man. Fun age. Not the 3. 5, yes. Yeah. I remember my daughters at 3 were they're like this one, like Mandy. One was a redhead, too, so.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you were a spirited child, young lady.
Yeah, but I was very nice. Very nice.
Were you well behaved?
Yeah, well behaved, but I'm into mischief.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Explains a lot. Sings in a rock and roll band called Twisted Ginger. Imagine that.
Wow.
I think the devil got into her. Yeah.
I think so.
Let's hope so. Anyway, at least the good part of him. Anyway, no. I saw him in town last week. He was in New York, but we didn't get to do lunch. He's
What's he
very
doing?
busy. He was in town. He had some lawyer he was having lunch with. So
chomping on a bag of nuts.
chomping on a bag of nuts. I think I got to play Satan, and it was so much fun in that heavy metal video.
Oh,
I'd love to do it again though, but it's something a little more. I really. It's got to be such a fun role to play, You can
or a demented clown.
Oh, demented clown. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that that whole plot though, you just basically suit up and chase people around with a machete or something. They're gone,
Right.
man. You can film that anywhere. I'll admit, even myself, if I saw some clown with a machete running my way, as Richard Pryor said, that's when I put my hand on my knife. Can I tell you?
Yeah.
But so, how are you in a Lakes Tony neighborhood in Connecticut? Your neighbors, are they all nice waspy New Englanders?
We're in Milford, and
Okay.
it's Morning something. Oh, geez.
It's okay. There's some beautiful places in Connecticut. I have enjoyed my time up there. It's
so we're 2 blocks from the beach, but if you go down to Walnut Beach, a little further down, we can walk that way.
Excellent.
But a retired plumber, we were here for a month in Airbnbs.
Right? Oh, right.
So, because the house wasn't ready and stuff, so we got friends with all of our neighbors because they talk and they're 1 block to the ocean. Right. And he goes, go 100 feet out, so it's going to get sort of deep, and then it gets a sandbar.
Right.
And look down, and there'll be clams.
Right.
I did that, and there were clams as far as you could see in the water, and they were as big as your fists.
Yep.
And
wow.
Thousands of them. You couldn't walk without stepping on 5 clams.
I love that about New England. It's just so good. When I was a kid, we used to go out and dig them up, and I still can eat a pile of those things. They're the best.
And then there's oysters. There's certain beaches that are oysters.
Yeah. Where I live here, we have oysters in the bay. As polluted as they say New Jersey is, we've cleaned up the water more than like any state in the country.
It looks like that.
Amazing how much different it is than when I moved to Florida 40 years ago. It's just
there's nothing alive in Southern California. Nothing
really. No kidding. That's terrible.
I mean, the brush is dead because there's been no rain for 500 years, and the deer are sort of anemic, and the coyotes are sort of
rangy looking. Not a healthy ecosystem for sure.
Right.
It's kind of sad because it's just such a beautiful state. There's so many places that are just outrageously gorgeous.
And then all the billionaires have so much work on them. You can see where the celluloid has been replaced with silicone.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that whole thing.
What a funny thing.
I hate like needles and shit, so hence I would not be a good candidate. Just having my back and neck fucked with for the past year has been enough needles and stuff to keep me. I don't know. Well, listen, you're always welcome on the show, and you're great fun, and hopefully we can find.
I swear to God, we're gonna do it from Mars.
I'm gonna definitely do it from Mars.
Okay, yeah,
naked. Yeah. Hell yeah, man.
Naked.
I'm going to Mars. What the hell, man.
Right.
I'm going to get on there and go, hi, all you kids. I'm that grumpy old bastard sat on the porch. Now look at me. I'm buck naked. I'm all flabby. What the hell? Get out of my yard. I'll do this all day. God almighty.
Yeah, I have a sign-up sheet for Elon Musk. I'm doing like 1,000 people for my ship. And I'm taking most of my fans. But mostly I'll take the 3 horsepower fans, the ones that do the blowing.
Oh yeah,
because I need the blowing wind.
Got to have the blowers, man.
Occasionally, there's a 6-month sandstorm that's global.
Oh, global.
6-month global. I mean, that would be a great concert, and what a party that would be.
I'll just say this, boy. They'd be having some kids after that fucking sandstorm, man. There'd be nothing else to do. Sit down, get busy. And, I don't know.
Well, you got to live in the lava tubes. That's the problem.
I know, right. Well, you've researched this evidently, so can you get us some real estate cheap? We're ready to move on. I think it's time. I asked an older woman today if she'd like to run away to Bali and live a life of sin.
Yeah.
She told me she would. Said she would.
That part.
Nice.
Yeah, I felt, kind of felt good. It's like, all right.
Congratulations.
I can live off a compliment like that for a while,
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's always fun.
Heidi's doesn't want any part of the Mars
trip.
No, she's not having it.
I think it's hard. Sometimes I know several people, if I ask them, you're part of my 1,000, they'll be like, it's okay. I've seen you drive.
Yeah.
Right.
My wife, that's right. She's
well, listen, if you get to Mars, give me a call.
Okay, I will.
And for everybody, I'm going to just go ahead and we're going to close out the show with the Lord of the Cello. I'm going to put up a video. We're going to go. Mandy, thank you for being on, as always.
Oh, thanks for having me. Nice
great.
meeting you, Marston.
All right, and you're all going to be in spacesuits.
Oh, right? I like
Mandy,
that.
you can come up with one. Right.
Yeah, but I don't know how that works with the whole naked thing, but let's see. All right, we're talking about early dementia here, so that's probably me. No. What are you playing here? And I make sure I'm not calling up the same tune. No. All right, everybody. Thank you. You've been on Live with Neve. On behalf of everyone, have a great weekend. Be nice to people. Don't watch news. Go to Marston's page and buy some music.
That's right.
Go to Mandy's page and buy some t-shirts, damn it.
That's right.
Twisted Ginger, people. Go online and buy some shirts. Handmade, American quality, best in the land. They're so good, Trump wants them for underwear.
And come with me to Mars.
It's going with Marston to Mars. To Mars.
I'll play every night at the playa.
I'm telling you what, absolutely. We're getting the band on the road. On a mission from God, I say.
And when I hit those low notes, they lit off the nuclear bombs and then
Hold on.
polar cap.
Where's the thing? Oh! So, Marston, they have to ask usually if you're wearing anything under your kilt.
You know what? For living all my life without it, I mean, with underwear, you can't just switch.
No.
No.
All right, people.
Ladies like to lift up my skirt.
I bet they do. Come up and get a peek, you know?
Yeah.
Hopefully you tell them he's got to throw a 50 in the jar for the real show.
And I got a fan, a 20 horsepower fan that's going to blow my
All right.
up in the air every once in a while.
There you go. Girls will be sitting there and like some guy in the airport with mirrors on his shoes.
In fact, in Palm Springs, it's crazy because there's all these on Thursday night. all these girls get together and have bridal showers.
Oh, yes.
And they come and pose with me and
all right.
choose to pose with their skirts. You know, with their.
It's a tough life, but somebody's got to do it, man.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Marston. I'll see you next time. And when you listen, if you need anything, if you got a show coming up, just let me know. I'll plug you. All right, man.
All right.
Take care.
Good night, Mandy.
Cheers. All right, everybody. I'm going to leave you with some Marston Smith. This is good stuff. Enjoy. Go to his store, buy some music. Look him up on YouTube. He's a good guy.